come to the public to disclose these things. We could not do these things because we were in too deep. We were in too deep. And so what did I do?
I guess what? The people come and play. I swear. How we they here with me there? The sun come in and they get it wrong. My husband has edition and singing for people. I was there to you know it's on say we the mic is here say na. We mo ta ko le ba. Ibo go ni bi an parents today.
It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you told us. You even claim to even be the hero for your experience. But why you for us? So why the rest press not stable? No job, no food to put on the table. Don't just stay for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest and show your kids can't hold. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping for the breaking poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people I hate to say you got no love. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you are going to change things, but we're not seeing changes. Promises you made you and your rescue team. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party. You wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. That's what yama 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 yama. Yes. But the Liberian people suffering, we dance you wish mountain. Now when they tap for the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue. Change things, but we not seeing changes. Promises you made you and your rescue team. Stay, we not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. Promises you made. Now when they die, but Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you give the rescue?
On the 15th day of May 2025,
People. You say you give the rest.
the Liberian people continue to witness a lot of drama in the political space of the country. Imagine the president of the country reaching out to the former president and
But we're not seeing changes.
using a strange number.
You think?
President Williams said he saw a strange number he could not pick up.
CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude.
Unknown number is calling.
Wish haunting. Now when they die, but the Liberian people suffering. We dance
You are serious about reconciling the country. Your vision is wanting to reconcile the country.
I give the rescue now.
But instead of you going to your next door neighbor, like we say in Liberia, you thought to call on an unknown number.
Give the rescue.
Oh yeah.
You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue.
Was the president's call yesterday to President George Weah,
People say now.
to the former Liberian president, was it in good faith? Or was it actually about reconciliation, or it was a particular political game, political gimmick to present a situation to the world over that you have a reconciliatory president on the paper, when in fact, in real sense, reconciliation is far from the activities happening in the country. Today we're going to be talking about reconciliation, peace and unity, because yesterday was Unification Day. Why that topic is going to be the biggest on the platform today.
Tell me who you rather give the rescue now.
Be reminded that on today's edition,
It's a rescue.
those of you Liberians who are following the conversation,
Ask you one question now.
all of you living in this country who are watching and monitoring the radio,
Give the people what they want.
and those of you who are Lone Star Cell MTN subscribers,
It's a
and at the same time wanting to win money here on the cash giveaway. Today we bring you sufficient packages. You can win $5,000 if it is what the machine will select for you. You can have $10,000 on your wallet if it is going to be the lucky prize that will be selected for you when you are when you make it up to the winning list of the cash giveaway on the Toys edition. So the code remains the same. Star 799 star 11 hatch.
You dance
With just $200 Liberian dollars, you could be one of the
people suffering.
the lucky winners who could walk away with either $5,000
When they die, but the Liberian people suffering.
or 10,000 Liberian dollars on the platform.
The rescue now. You and your
I repeat,
I say, oh, it's a rescue.
with $200 Liberian dollars,
Question now who you give the rescue.
with just $200 Liberian dollars,
You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue.
you will have the opportunity to win for yourself
It's a rescue. The people say not like you.
between 5 to 10,000 Liberian dollars. It depends on how well you play, and as a matter of fact, the strain of your luck. So if you're lucky enough, you can win 4, 5, 6 different times, and so forth. But you're not going to know whether you are lucky if you do not play. So the chance is yours. The opportunity is yours for you to go to your Lone Star Cell MTN mobile money phone, and you go and dial star 799 star 11 hash, and let's see how that will play out for you.
You wish haunting.
But on today, we're going to be discussing the letter from the former president,
You wish haunting.
the statement that was made by the current president,
Tell me who you rather.
and unification in the entire country as a whole.
Oh, it's a rescue.
We're going to be looking into it. Is it something cosmetic?
You wanna ask.
Is it actually for real?
You give the rescue. You not give.
What would be the
Then you say you give the rescue.
positive issues that we will attain as a country if we continue to foster reconciliation and unity? All of these plus many others will constitute today's menu, when we will be getting all of those issues on your platform right here on 87.9. We take a few bars of our team song and our sponsors. By the time we return, it's going to be a wonderful one here. At the same time, we're going to be giving you money for those of you who will be winning.
Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know. You can see. So if you see crime, don't report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Well, they can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human talking, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see a don't keep it. I'm a part to report it. Crime bringing safety to your door. Crime stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stop Liberia from the center to interior. Crime keeping us safe. Let's stop it for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-Omen, Omen Samsung.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making.
Yang Tieti to Deja. Introducing Yang Beer from Beijing, the newest sensation in town. Yang Beer is so smooth and light. You can drink it, wake up in that morning, feeling very energized, and you wicked boy, the woman will be very happy. No headache, no eye spinning. And the Yang Beer bottle, it got a special way to get open. Nobody will ever use you for the opener again. Very easy. Yang Beer can be found wholesale or retail at Sir Exeter and Jungle Water, and also in supermarkets or bars around you. Reward yourself by drinking Yang Beer, and trust me, you will be ready to go.
Okay, Yanjin BA is our proud sponsor here on the platform, and most importantly, Radio Entertainment Liberia is proudly associated with Freedom Hub on 87.9. That's why we are giving you money every single day here on the platform. So let's see who's going to be one of our frequent players. Those who are often on the dashboard. Those of you who normally play. The system has a way of identifying you and giving you some money. So let's see if we can call somebody who has been selected as one of the frequent players. Let's see if we can call this person and give them $1,000. Yeah, so you've been playing. Sometimes you can win, sometimes you can win. But those of you who can play, most frequently, whether you can win or not, you're part of the frequent players. So let's see if we can call this person and see. Hello, how are you? Okay, you're listening to the radio. I'm hearing myself. How you doing?
Fine.
Okay, so what's your name? Your background is noisy, Masa. Oh no. Can you leave the place for us to talk to you?
Yeah.
Have you been playing the cash giveaway on Freedom Radio?
Yes.
Okay, and our system recognized you as one of the regular players. What's your name? Yasa Kolba. Yasa, do you know how to play? I mean, do you know the new way to play on Freedom? Okay. I mean, do you know our new original code? The one that we said will not change.
The new one that you say will not change.
Mm-hmm.
The star 799 star hash.
It's star 799 star 11
hash.
Simple. That one will not change it. Every day that one will be using. Okay. All right, my dear. So keep checking your mobile money. We'll give you $1,000 because you are a regular player. Congratulations.
Thank you, Oliver.
Okay, you're welcome. So it's already there. Check it up. When you receive it, you can call us right back.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You're welcome. We'll leave it right there and go back. Yeah, we'll leave it right there and go back to see if we can find another regular player. Let's see if we can do that quickly and be right back.
From the center to interior, Ram Starbuck. Keeping us safe, let's coming for all of our Ram Starbuck. The people bringing safety to your door, Ram Starbuck. Stopping crime and make a peace for them before, Ram Starbuck, Liberia. From the center to interior, Ram Starbuck. Keeping us safe, let's coming for all of our.
Crown Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own Omen Sam-Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's coming down for all of our. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's coming down for all of our.
Okay, all right. So welcome back to Freedom Hub on 87.9, the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. So we will try our best to go back to the drawing board and give some more money. But while we keep doing that, you don't have to wait. Once you win, we'll give you your money. Let's run directly to the conversation on the radio. So there are too many things happening in the country that we want to talk about. And since today is Thursday, we'll do our best to talk about the most trending issue in the country, and that has to do with national unification. So I'm gonna do my best on it. Let us go and see if we can bring the president's audio. President Black has spoke on yesterday, and we want to bring his audio to you, the Liberian people. We want to play that for you. We want to play that audio for you. Then we will turn around. We will go and bring you the response from the former president. Let's see if we can do that. While we are doing it, we try again to look at the system and see those of you who will be winning 10,000 or 5,000 on the platform, and we can try to call some of you, get you some money, and that will be good business. Trust me, it will be good business. You give people money, you give them information. At the same time, I mean, it's going to be a wonderful thing. But I want you to listen. This is what President Bwaka said on yesterday when he spoke to the nation. He said, as a way of reconciling the country, he reached out to this person, that person, the other person. Take your time and listen to this particular part of it. Okay.
Squarely within such frame of mind that I, earlier today, placed special goodwill telephone calls to former presidents Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and George Minor Weir. Such of mind that I, earlier today, squarely within such frame of mind that I, earlier today, placed special goodwill telephone calls to former presidents Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and George Minor Weir. It was squarely within such frame of mind that I, earlier today, placed special goodwill telephone calls to former presidents Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and George Minor Weir. It was squarely within such frame of mind that I, earlier today, placed special goodwill telephone calls to former presidents Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and George Minor Weir.
Okay, so this is the most important part of the how you call this thing, the president's speech that I thought to bring to you. But here is the bigger picture. When the president spoke on yesterday, I mean, if it is not working, we'll have it. When the president, okay, so I don't know why it is like that. When the president spoke on yesterday, when the president spoke on yesterday and talk about the need for us, the Liberian people, when he talk about the need for us to be united, it became an issue of contention amongst the intellectual class of our country. So, in simple English, plenty of Liberian people were confused. President Baga said the country should be united when in fact the very month his government came to power, Liberians were being dismissed, not because they are not qualified, not because they don't have the requisite credentials, but because they belong to political alignments that are totally different from the Unity Party. Now, if you have such a president under whose leadership people are being dismissed, not on the basis of the crimes they've committed, but on the basis of their political affiliation, then such a president should not be the messenger for unity in the country, because under his watch, as head of the country, you witness division sowing in the country, division on the increase, on the rise. There are people in tenure position, people who were in tenure position, and those tenure positions were created by law in this country, that nobody's supposed to touch them except for any criminal, reasons or whatever administrative reasons, as a result of due process. In the absence of that, once you are a tenure position holder, you are supposed to have the opportunity, you are supposed to have the opportunity to serve your tenure. What did we see happening? Our honorable president, His Excellency Joe Bwaka, became the president of the country. Under his watch, all tenure positions were abused, disregarded. People with tenure were forced to leave their jobs. A lot of them were suspended, and while under suspension, they had people replacing them. You have a situation in the country where 400 individuals from the Executive Protection Service were relieved of their duty, not because they are not qualified gun shooters, not because they are not qualified VIP protectors, but because of the time frame in which they got enrolled into the security force between 2018 and 2023. And so even because they are trained gun shooters, even though they are trained security personnel, with reference to VIP protection, but they were denied employment opportunity because of a particular time frame they got enrolled into the force. That time frame was as a result of the WIAS administration. And so because of that, people made them jobless. How can the country be united when individuals are being targeted in the country on the basis of political alignment and not on the basis of the crime they've committed? So as Liberians were hearing President Bwaka call for unity in the country, they were concerned as to the authentic nature of the preacher. And this is why you said the sermon is beautiful, but we want to know who preaching the sermon. The pastor preaching correctly, but we want to know who that pastor is. We're not going to be, in a situation where it will say, do what I say, don't do what I do. No pastor should tell the congregation to do what I say, but don't do what I do. If I must be a decent person, a decent churchgoer, I should be able to emulate the examples from you, the pastor. In this case, President Bwaka cannot tell you and I when was the last time he spoke to the former president of the country. His most immediate predecessor, he cannot tell you when he did that. On Unification Day, you are informing the country that you just placed a call to the former president. Should the president of the country wait for Unification Day before placing a call to the former president? These are statesmen. These are people who occupy the same the same portfolio in the country. These are people who have benefited from deep security briefings in the country. In any democracy, in any advanced country where vindictiveness is not taking center stage, the current president will always. I mean, it is not a law, though. I mean, it is not binding. But for the sake of expediency, peace, and harmony, reconciliation, and nation building, the current president will always check on the current president. The current president will always check on the former president. Hey, my man, what's up? This is happening. What do you think we can do? I mean, this is happening. This is happening. There should be some form of consultation. The line of communication should not be a one time in a long blue moon situation. To come to Liberians on yesterday and say, I have placed a call to former President George Weah and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf on Unification Day, that's cosmetic. That's cosmetic. The fact that you are reporting to Liberians that you have called the two former presidents shows that the entire 365 days are passed, because it is after every year before you can have Unification Day. It shows that from May 14, 2024 to May 14, 2025, it shows that you've not been in touch with the people, because it should not make the news. Liberians should see what you are doing. They should see how you are relating to these people, and you do not have to even announce to them what you've done. The mere fact that you've included that into your statement, it shows that you've been having a modern relationship with them. And that's why the country continues to be very, very divided. That's why the country is divided. We kept saying to you, Mr. President, that you are the president of the country and not the president of Unity Party. You needed to have, all through your initial, days in the presidency, you needed to have accorded all of your predecessors the utmost respect and dignity that they deserve. That's what you needed to have done. The first mistake was to have deprived the former president of a VVIP lounge that he built at the Robertson International Airport, to deprive him of using it. If George Weah is not a VIP in this country, then please tell us who is a VIP. Because the launch is not only for the president, though. A Nigerian preacher went through the VVIP launch. He was a VIP, but George Weah, who was the former president, was not good enough to use the VVIP launch. And I can name several other musicians who passed through the VVIP launch. So you want Liberians to see you as a reconciliatory leader, through a particular 6-7 minutes a national address to the people, but in practical sense, you are not. The reason why today we still have people thinking blue and thinking green is because you, the leader, you are not pushing genuine reconciliation. You are cosmetic about reconciling this country. The day you decide to make reconciliation and national unity a top priority, it is the day the tension in this country will start to de-escalate. Today, parents are not speaking to children. Friends are no longer moving along correctly. People attending the same churches, they don't speak to one another because of the blue and green divide. The man who is the president, who is supposed to ignite genuine reconciliation, is toying with reconciliation. He's doing cosmetic reconciliation. I called the former president, Ellen Johnson, and I called George Weah. Should you wait for May 14 to call them? By the way, star 799 star 11 hatch. We're hoping to give sufficient of the 5,000, 10,000 here on the platform. So don't mind while we're talking. Keep playing behind the scene. By the time the time reaches, we'll call all of the people who win and we'll give them the money. But back to the conversation. Like I was saying, you do not need a particular day to inform us that you are in talks. By the way, the former president issued a statement, and I'm going to read that statement for those of you, the Liberian people listening. I'm going to read that statement for you. I'm going to read what the former president wrote on yesterday. Let me try as hard as possible to read it. The reconciliation of this country should not be politicized. A country like Liberia with history of civil unrest. A country like Liberia where two-party democracy is gradually becoming the order of the day. There will be time in the country when people go to election, they will not get time for any other small party anymore. Either you see this year, you UP, you join me any time. CDC, and so in such a power is the one with the authority. Got time for stability. If you are lucky enough to have an opposition leader causing chaos, because in other countries, so to have a political, I mean, there should have 10,000 to go. Depending on how many people, any different network. I'm 5. He said today, on this May 14, 2025, I again wish Liberians a happy Unification Day and urged all of us to always act in the ultimate interest of the nation. Early this morning, I received a missed call from an unknown number. From an unknown number. I want all of you outside there to underline this particular one. From an unknown number. I received a call from an unknown number, which was followed by a text message from President Joseph Boakai wishing me happy Unification Day and urging national unity. I responded to send a message in return by also wishing him a happy Unification Day. Then President Weah went on to say, I have not spoken to President Baka since January 2024. I have not spoken to President Baka since January 2024. That was on the inauguration day. That was on the inauguration day. I iterate that true unification is not based on superficial political gimmicks, but on the rule of law and constitutional order. On the rule of law and constitutional order. I again urge President Bouaka to respect the rule of law, respect past and present political leaders, and uphold the sanctity of our hard-fought democratic institutions and processes in order to foster national unification. May God bless Liberia and His Excellency George Manuel Weah, Senior, former President of the Republic of Liberia. This was President Weah's message. His statement that he issued following the address by President Bouaka to the nation, in which he iterated that he placed a call to President Weah and other people. Now, it boils back to what I was saying. The former president said the last time I spoke to President Bouaka was in January of 2024. Let me say this to our people. You know the reason why there were plenty of United Partisans in the CDC government who were not dismissed? In fact, there were United Partisans in the different ministries and agencies who were always seen insulting the president. The sitting president, they were insulting him. Under George Weah, when you go to some other ministries, you will find civil servants brave enough to openly insult the president, and they were not getting sacked for it. Nobody was dismissing them for it. Nobody sent them home for it. Nobody made them jobless for no. But when President Weah took over, in fact, he did not even take over at the time when he was declared president-elect of the country. That then Senator Joe Howard Taylor accompanied the president-elect George Weah in 2017 to President Bouaka's house at Rehab. The distance from President Bouaka's house to President Weah's house, that from Capitol Building to UL campus, you can walk in less than 2 minutes. You're there. You can stand to President Weah's fence and yell. You can be the President Weah fence and say, "Oh, Papa Bouaka, hello," and you respond. You say, "Oh, Joe Weah, hello." That's how close they are. In 2017, the then president-elect and vice president-elect walked to Vice President Bouaka's house at the time out of courtesy. Pape, we came to you, although we won the election, but we want to assure you that we work together as a country and people. We need unity. And that was able to tone down the rhetoric in the country. When the ordinary citizens see their leaders, when the ordinary partisans in blue and the ordinary partisans in green see their leaders in green and blue at a table of national unity, at a table of brotherhood, it diminishes all of the tension that keep building. it de-escalates all of the tension and pressure that keep mounting in the country. The division. That was what George Weah did in 2017. He didn't stop that. He didn't stop there. Rather, he went on in 2018 when he was president and went to President Baga's house again. Not only that, he invited President Baga to the executive mansion. By the time the mansion was at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, there is a picture to that effect where former Vice President Baga was seen visiting President Weah in his executive mansion office. There was an invitation to that effect. Y'all go call the paper. Let's talk. And as those things were happening, that's how you saw former ministers of the Ellen Baga administration were still, they were still retained. Forget about them being retained. That's how you saw, to a greater extent, some form of tension that were building up started to reduce till the point where President Baga got sick. These are things that we don't take pleasure in talking about, though. To the point where he was not well. President Weah had to instruct one of his officials who was then at I don't want to mention the entity too much, but the United Party people know what I'm talking about. President Baga instructed one of the officials to make sure that President Baga is taken to America for advanced medical treatment. A sitting president did that for a former vice president who contested against him and came second in that election. Instructed the guy to take the den, and there will be time in, time out where individuals will be going from the president's cycle to go and visit former president to visit former vice president Baga and ensure that he was doing okay, doing good. Existed between the two. You it's not asking for anything, we have had conversation with him on several occasions. My son playing professional football for myself as president. I will having salary. I can take it of myself on it. I don't need it. I just need courtesy. I just need to exist between the president and I, because the both of us, we are in the same president. The children in elementary school, when they were about to say George Weah and Joseph Newman Bwaka, that's what they would say. While we are, whatever the case is, we will be on the same path. We only need a courtesy. That is how you were treated, President Bwaka. That's how you were treated. You were given, Joe was the president, so you were under obligation to send Joe Bwaka to the hospital. No, he was never under any obligation. He was never under any obligation. We saw how Moses Blah, peace to his ashes, may so rest in peace. We saw when President Bwaka was the vice president, Ellen was the president. Moses Blah died at JFK. Moses Blah was a former president. He was a former president, former vice president. He died at JFK because the government of the day could not fly out of the country. So nobody must say, oh, it's not a man's responsibility. No. Oh, that the country money. Oh, yeah, but Ellen and Joe Bwaka had the country money now. And Moses Blah died at JFK. They could not fly into America for advanced treatment. Oh, yes, when you in the bus, in the taxi now, in the KK arguing, oh, but when Joe Bwaka to the hospital when you were president, so why? That the country money are using, I agree. But Joe Bwaka and Ellen had the country money at the time. When Judy Bryant died in this country because he could not go to seek medical attention abroad. And I can name several other big leaders of this country who were in dire need of the attention when Vice President Baka, when President Baka was vice president, and those people did not receive help. So when you are lucky enough as a former leader to have such a recognition given to you by a current official of government, a current president, to say, look, this is our former vice president. We can say that if I will be sick and something happened to him. I mean, my man can't carry your baby to America and go treat him. Papa, those are the kind of treatment you got from President Weah. Are we saying you should go care President Weah at the hospital? No, President Weah ain't sick. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying. What we are saying is there are parents in this country who are not speaking to their children. There are friends from high school who do not even speak to one another in this country anymore. When you stop this extreme governance, you know, that extreme governance can make it you don't want to tolerate people. You know, you keep affiliation on an extreme level. When you reduce it, the tension will start to trickle down. I mean, the de-escalation of the tension will start to trickle down to the folks in the basement. But if the person Baka and we are still a loggerhead, the people in the committee will still remain a loggerhead. And what will happen? The country suffers. Because the very foreigners are monitoring our mood. The foreigners are observing how Liberians are becoming so deeply entrenched in division. There are billions in this country. They know that with the kind of anger in the country, they know that anything can erupt anytime. The people are too angry. Nobody want to bring a lifetime investment here. They only be joking small money, people make small money. And that's how people will continue to remain jobless. Because once investments are not coming, once they're not expanding their investment, obviously, people will not get jobs to do. So the first and foremost thing for the government to pay attention to is to stop politicizing the country. Election is over. We expect President Baka and his United Party government to institute a particular measure that will see to it that the country will serve the purpose for all Liberians. Instead, you went to Ministry of Transport, even United Partisans who used to work there, because they were appointed on the job we had time, you sacked 207 of them. So when the chairman can call me, okay, and we used to argue on Facebook, you know, with the job we have been there. Yeah, they sacked me. I said, yeah, but your government test on your green t-shirt photo where you used to be taking during the campaign and carried it and tell them, said, no, you're sacked me free. Maybe they'll get you a job. They'll get your job back to you. It should not be. It should not be. The we are who left other people in power, left them in the offices and still run the government. Not that he didn't know what he was doing. President, he left the position of a standard bearer of CDC to the president of Liberia. And that's why every Liberian, regardless of who you are, you have space to work in his government. Look at what's happening in the system. Look at what's happening in the system. Once you are identified as a CDC man, you are dismissed. Adu Kane has been very, very active at Maritime. In no time, they dismiss him. The guys from City Hall, they dismiss them. And you can check the rest of the entities. When you keep dismissing people on the basis of where they keep doing those things, at the end of the deepening the tension. Oh yes, that's what you keep doing. Let's take this quick break to be right back.